deep down in my heart.
Sex will give you STDs. Friendships are fucking fake. Relationships will cheat on you. Family will disown you. Pizza? That's forever.
Twerk, 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 twerk.
Gentlemen, welcome. Please find a seat and relax. We have a lot to discuss.
Welcome one and all. I am DC.
And I'm Casey.
And we are two goddamn gentlemen bringing you this time of the month and this time of every future month a celebration of all things losing your spot on the team to a man and ironically talking your adopted friend into getting an abortion. Casey, it's finally time. Ladies of the night, what are our goddamn gentlemen in for today?
Charm, DC. Charm in class.
As always. Oh, last time, what the fuck did we get into last time? Amanda Turcoil, or whatever, however you... Turkle, also known as Lady Alt 69. I'm still having nightmares. Still having nightmares about those sexts that I just had to bring in.
Yeah, that was awful. And was Micah Stouffer last up for me?
No,
right?
Micah Stouffer was like your first or second. Last time for you, it was it Trisha Paytas? I think it was Trisha Paytas.
Oh, that's right. I got my two influencer ladies confused, yes.
Who we learned in the interim is a huge piece of shit. Like, worse than even you were making it sound. I was listening to one of the podcasts we both listened to. They were doing a bonus episode about her having this terrible podcast where they basically, it's her and some other YouTube guy talking about streaming celebrities, an award show called the Steamies instead of the Streamies or something like that because they're huge piles of shit. And she talks about how she just openly admits how she lies and tells boyfriends or whatever that she's on birth control, even if she isn't, so she can trick them into having their kid, if they're famous enough, just for the child care payments.
What a piece of shit. She's the worst.
Yeah. So that's what she's been up to. I think we're going to get an update on the 1,000-pound sisters that maybe they're dead. Who knows?
Well,
maybe heart attacks.
If you want to bring it up, DC, I say it's update time.
Yes.
With Amy weighing 406 pounds and Tammy at 605 pounds, the first season of 1,000-Pound Sisters showcased the ups and downs of the Slayton sisters in their attempt to lose enough weight as they hope to qualify for bariatric surgery. At the end of the first season, viewers saw younger sister Amy being qualified for bariatric surgery after losing 31 pounds to reach a weight considered safe enough for the procedure. The older sister, Tammy, could only shed 18 pounds from her original weight of 605 pounds.
So, that was a recap because, DC, we're going to pick up in Season 2.
If you're that fat, all you have to do is, like, that to lose 18 pounds. You will lose 18 pounds if you do, like, this, double your workout. This, you lose 180 pounds doing that if you're that fat. 600 pounds? She couldn't do it.
Literally at 300-something pounds, the weight just wants to fall off. Your body does not want to be that fat. You just literally do anything, and you're gonna get something done.
As you can see in this freeze frame here, you have to try really hard to stay that fat. It's incredible.
That's a really good point. All right, DC. My clip 2. Let's find out how the girls are doing.
I got cheese on my pants. It's been 4 months since I had weight loss surgery. So far, I lost 124 pounds. But with the pandemic, Tammy fell off the wagon. I can't catch my breath.
Tammy fell out. She broke the wagon.
Yeah. With the she lived through the pandemic. What's your excuse? Yes. That's what I want. I want a big poster. I want a big poster that says This woman lived through the pandemic.
Just get the guy in Central Park. Tammy lived through the pandemic, and you didn't. The pandemic is nothing. Changed my mind.
Yeah, I love that guy. Crowder, something Crowder. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's a genius. You should all watch him. Mm-hmm. Great points.
So last we checked in with the ladies, Abby was trying to Amy was trying to get pregnant, and she did. She was told not to get pregnant for 2 years, but she got pregnant anyway. So just let that sink in and as we move forward. But DC,
That lady doesn't have 2 years. You know, if the doctor tells her anything, it's like, yeah, wait 2 years. That just goes in one ear, out the other.
There's never been anything she wanted that she didn't take right away.
Right.
So in that last clip, we found out that Tammy fell off the wagon. Would you like to take a guess at what that means?
Oh shit. No, I don't.
All right, let's go.
I was gonna make a station wagon joke about the car's axles, but
Wait, we're gonna revisit the van, my friend. Don't you worry. Let's find out what that meant.
Today, I'm just gonna update y'all how my weight loss is going, and unfortunately, I have put on a bunch of weight. I had reached my goal at 550, and I'm back up to 596.
Damn it.
I really wish he had given a time frame on that. I got down to my goal weight of 550 last week, but now I'm back up to 596.
I got down to my target goal at 550 before dinner last night, but now I'm back
so
up
excited.
to 596.
I was so excited I got down to the mid fives that I just celebrated for 5 days straight.
DC, this next clip I call The Right Questions and a Convincing Answer.
How did you gain 50 pounds? I mean, you were supposed to go less, not more. You really want to do it this time? Because we're going to Atlanta this year for you.
Yeah.
Also, I know there's not a lot of options when you're that fat on clothes to wear, but maybe don't wear one that makes you look like a marbled steak. That's just a bad choice.
You're saying she could have done better when she got up? Oh,
yeah, I mean, definitely don't wear that around a fat person like your sister. I mean, that's dangerous. Take a bite out of your left nipple.
DC, you remember that the girls had a YouTube channel?
I do remember that.
All right, so let's take a look at one of the videos that they were recording.
Okay.
We're leaving tomorrow to go see Dr. Proctor in Atlanta, and I know it's going to be really stressful. So we wanted to have some fun. So today we're going to make a YouTube video of all my interesting pregnancy foods. What do you think?
I like
Sammy looks
food, but
bigger now,
not your
doesn't
kind
he?
of food.
Sammy's smaller.
Your pregnancy foods.
It ain't been that bad.
I don't know if it's because Tammy is, or which one? Amy is the little one, right?
The little one, yeah. Yes.
I don't know if it's because Amy is smaller necessarily, or because Tammy's gunt is like a foot away from the camera lens in that shot.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Hold on. I want to get that.
Look at that. And the funny thing is, oh god, her camel toe's right there. That's not her camel toe at all.
No.
Her vagina is 2 feet underneath that. So way back there.
Oh, not great.
You need to lose weight before you can have fat person surgery.
Yeah, that's a brutal thing to be told. That's tough.
Yeah. It's
right.
oh, hey, doctor, I can't hit home runs. What should I do? Well, start hitting some home runs before you can have the home run hitting surgery. Oh, thanks, doctor. I appreciate that. I wouldn't be in this position if I could lose weight.
All right, so they were talking about the food that she likes to eat with her pregnancy cravings. Let's take a little peek behind that curtain.
I've been craving some weird combinations of food. I've been craving pineapple lasagna. I've been craving sour gummies. I eat them with everything. Peppermint patties and chips. Has to be barbecue chips. Sour gummies on my chip. Ugh.
Yo, if somebody fat looks at something you ate and goes, ugh,
You've made a mistake.
just throw it away. Just throw it away.
Well, it can't get weirder from there, so let's just move on.
So, this is a barbecue chip and peppermint patty. You can't taste the chip.
Then what's the point of eating it?
They have a crunch.
Oh my god. Bitch out of her mind.
Whoever is in charge of Tammy's makeup is really fucking with me because she looks like different in in all her shit.
Well,
Like,
it's
yeah,
this.
we're really gonna.
The sit down for the camera that they film is where the makeup is, and then the rest of the time is where it isn't. That's what you're seeing. All right, so their brother Chris is going to drive them to Atlanta to meet with the doctor again, and we're going to take a little look down memory lane from parts of season 1 that we didn't see. Having the right driver is very important.
I can only hope that Chris is a better driver than Michael, because I'm hoping not to die this year.
Tammy! Everything is like on top of her.
Good job. Yeah, I'm hurting, but I'm good.
Look at the van. It's so
I've slid up underneath the passenger seat.
It's a stop sign. I hit in my elbow, my funny bone.
I doubt that.
I hit my elbow.
Oh my god, dude! I was just imagining like they slam on the brakes and she goes, "Wow!" Like the bowl of Jello that you're bringing over for dinner, and it just all the parts of it go underneath the seat, and there's just like an extension of Tammy's stomach, like underneath their feet, like so they can see that came out through the bottom.
I saw a video on Instagram yesterday of somebody attaching a GoPro to like a cooking pan, and they take these like fresh cookies out of an oven, but it's like eye level with the cookies as they turn, and the wax paper slides right off of the fucking pan, and all the cookies tumble, and that's Tammy in the back seat, just flying forward, no stopping in her future. DC, this is the return of the world's strongest van, but also the return of Satan. Listen closely at the beginning.
Okay.
Oh my God, Tammy!
Tammy about dropped a bomb in here and tried to kill everybody up in this today.
Can you believe that's their brother?
We just don't care. And our bellies ain't hurting for nobody.
I'll eat right down into that.
Well, that's your fault. It's a wonder you can even see in the car from the green fog.
Good one.
Good one, Chris.
All right, this sport rules.
Tammy needs exercise just as well as I need exercise and my husband needs exercise. We just all need exercise. So we're going bowling.
Bowling is where you take a football and throw it at a set of bowling pins. So it's kind of like a cross between bowling and football and cornhole.
By the way, that guy right there, that's Badger from Breaking Bad at 60.
Yeah, it is. Good call. Nailed it.
Yeah, that guy makes me happy. All right, so let's play the game, and good catch, Tammy.
Just don't hit me. Oh, Lord Jesus. Mama.
My ball like Tammy.
Yeah, I thought it was its mother.
Hey, don't you worry. We're gonna get to that. DC, this next clip is irony in video form.
And as far as Amy, you don't work this hard to get the surgery. We need to get you back to where you need to be on your diet.
Cause you know you ain't been eating right because of the baby, and she wants to use that as a crutch.
Oh boy.
I'd shoot up the place if I was Tammy.
Amy just sitting there like, you motherfuckers, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. Let's continue the irony, but this time with tears.
Y'all made me out to be a bad person, like I'm using the baby for everything, and I'm not.
See, that's what I meant by I bite my tongue a lot, because I really want
I'm not going to bite my tongue because it's like this. How many times have you said, oh, I'm going to eat this because the baby wants it?
Or I can't do this because of the baby.
All I said was that I do have cravings because of the
legit
baby. I just don't know how much I wanted this baby, and I love it. The whole point of me getting the surgery so I could have me a baby.
But you gotta be around long to take care of that baby.
Also, picking a godmother is important for that reason. All right, it was a long way to go.
Not Tammy.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, that was kind of sad, actually.
It was.
Amy's a punching bag.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. That clip.
Jesus.
I had cut that clip, and I was like, because I was depressed, and I was like, nah, everybody needs to be depressed. So DC, you remember our rational Dr. Proctor from the last episode?
I love that guy.
Let's check back in and update Rational Doctor still being rational.
I know you and your sister have had a lot of fun on YouTube, and part of what makes you guys funny and part of your whole thing is sort of laughing about your weight and laughing these things off, and it's good to have humor. It's not funny at this point.
Oops.
As he laughs.
Yeah. Rational Doctor now has a rational excuse.
I would love to be able to take care of you and do your surgery, but I think that you're going to be better served if somebody who is closer to you is looking after you.
When Dr. Proctor suggested I see someone else, part of me feels like she was giving up on me. It just felt like defeat.
She hadn't felt her feet in a while, so that was good.
2 years ago, I used to have a tingly sensation where my feet should be. Now that feeling is just absent. Now the tingle has moved to my knees. Or what I think are my knees.
They feel like my feet now, to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with that. All right, so Tammy finally realizes what's been holding her back.
Gravity. If it wasn't for that damn gravity, I'd be...
All right, let's go.
I mean, I love Amy, I just don't feel like I had the complete help I needed. But I feel like I did have more success with you and with
That's because I will push you.
Mad.
I ain't gonna beat your ass, but I'll push you harder than what Amy ever thought about it.
It's been working for himself, so he'd be a good coach.
Yep.
But it is about time that she realized she's fat because of Amy. That I thought was important.
Totally.
But let's take a family trip.
I've never been to an aquarium before, and I always kind of wanted to.
Hi, Amy. Where are you at?
DC, do you have any predictions for any things they might go see at the aquarium?
They'll see walruses in the reflection of the seal tank.
All right, well, that and this next clip both qualify for my my subtitle, which is boom, roasted.
It's your turn. Okay. Sure.
Tammy looked like a blue whale. Her forehead and the blue whale's forehead looks just alike.
If I was a warrior, apparently, I'd be the beluga whale. Beluga.
Wow.
There was 3 beluga whales in that tank. Tammy was the big white one. Amy was a little gray one.
I don't have a fat forehead.
You want that?
They're all just having a good time.
Yeah.
It's still funny, Doctor. Don't you
It
worry.
is still funny. Chris saved it.
So DC, this is this next one I thought was really impressive. This is what I call the very rare combination of both underpaid and underqualified.
Stop it! My shoe came off.
My shoe came off. She was so heavy. He just slid out of his shoes, trying to keep her from rolling over him and killing him. He's gonna have PTSD every time he watches Indiana Jones now.
Tammy, no! All right, so this next one, now we're going to go to therapy, kind of like couples therapy, but for the sisters. And these damn medical professionals are ruining all of our fun banter again.
Ask you what you want. Oh, I want the cake cookie. Oh, I'll start my diet tomorrow.
You're lying too. I don't ask her for cake and cookies all the time. Usually it's something fried, yes. But hardly ever do I ask for something sweet.
I'm giving her bad stuff that's killing her, but yet if I don't, she gets mad at me for it.
I'm trying to be nice.
Oh, you're blaming everything on me.
From the top rope.
Really pisses me off when she cut me off when I'm trying to talk.
Of course. Let's talk about the ability to say no.
Yeah, forget all of that. Forget all of what you were just talking about. Let's talk about the actual problem.
Yeah, let's talk about the ability to say no, ladies.
This
Oh,
one,
Lord.
sad but hilariously true.
If you put us together, we equal you.
Shut up, bitch.
All right, let's move on to.
I don't like the sound of that.
Get it all up in there.
Okay, girl.
Yeah, might have put
My damn. Give me that spray.
I thought she was just going to go straight whipped cream with it. Just.
Right.
You got to put butter, chat. You got to put butter spray on the food. Don't you cook?
That's right, yeah. Idiots.
So it doesn't stick to the air.
DC, this is the only way to end this.
I'd put the batter on it.
That does not make you a chef. I hate you. I seriously hate you. I'm serious. Oh my god. I didn't know we would need some air freshener for outside.
That poor dog.
So, I think we can all look forward to season 3, which is titled One 300-Pound Sister of One.
Yeah. Also, baby? Question mark. We'll see.
All right, so DC, there's our update on the ladies.
Well, that's just fantastic. I don't care who you are. That's just fantastic. Thank you for bringing that in.
It was my pleasure, and we will be checking in at some point in the future. We'll have to. There's no question. All right, it is time for my lady.
Let's do it.
And I'm very excited, DC, because my lady this week is Abby Lee Miller. Roll the tape. So Abby Lee Miller, the host / star of Dance Moms, she is a highly decorated choreographer and molder of young minds, DC, and she is quite the lady.
It looks like it. It sure looks like it.
I'm excited for you to learn about her. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Now, when you say the star of the show, you mean like the sun? Like,
yeah, there is a theme, isn't there?
yeah, it seems to be.
It seems to be. All right, so let's summarize Abby Lee.
Pyramid, she was in the group dance. She deserves nothing.
That's right, DC. Abby Lee Miller is a goddamn lady. She's not just a lady. She's a goddamn lady. She takes charge. One of the big things about this show that I learned is the pyramid. You saw the pyramid of pictures up on the mirror there. That's kind of how after competitions, and we're talking about national level competition winners in that room, right? It's a big deal.
Sure.
So the pyramid is kind of after a competition or something, her ranking of how everyone performed.
I see.
It's a power ranking for television, of course, naturally. That's how it's done.
That these ladies will all brag about when they're all housewives later on in their lives.
That's fair. All right, so let's take a look at the pyramid.
Oops.
Yep.
Good job, Mom.
Don't challenge her to a bluff. She will go every time.
Yeah. Don't challenge her to. She can't eat as many wings as she thinks she can, and also kicking girls off the team. That she won't do it. It's her two favorite things. So just don't challenge her in either of those two things.
Does she like doing? She loves doing those things. All right, my second to last clip, DC, is. I mean, this really could have This could have been the title for all my clips, but this one's called "Bitches Be Yelling."
Always.
Don't do these things to these kids.
She is talented.
Yes, she is. Nobody's denying it.
Because in 5 years, she might not be talented anymore. Look at Brooke.
My daughter isn't talented anymore.
And that's not what I just said.
Just said in 5 years she might not be talented anymore. Look
She
at
is
Brooke.
very
She could be
talented.
hurt. She may never
Everybody's
dance
talented.
again.
Everyone in this room is talented, and if you really...
You're not.
Oh, please. I have more talent in my pinky than you.
I love that clip so much. I have more talent in my pinky than you. That's not how that phrase goes.
No.
Did not nail it. Did not nail it. They lost. This is my last clip, and then I'm going to summarize at the end. They lost in a competition, and they know the girls in the other team, and the other girls are going to come into their locker room and taunt them a little bit. And It's hard to hear, but we've got subtitles. Amy, on her way out of the room, takes a little shot potentially at either Mom or Dancer on the other team. You'll find out. But this is Amy, as always, winning in every situation she can.
We're still celebrating. We thought we would come and bring a cake for all of you. Abby, do you want some cake?
And then they cut
Abby, I can't even believe you
her
did
daughter,
that.
whose ears are
Go
Dumbo
get her,
ears,
Lila.
but I didn't want to make fun of the girl on here yet.
Go get her.
What is wrong? Why would you do that to my daughter? I didn't do it to your daughter. I did it to you. My daughter was in there and saw that. Don't look me up and down, you horse.
I'm gonna leave.
Wait, who had the weird ears?
What,
I couldn't see anybody's ears.
No, I know. I cut. It was the daughter of her. But I was like, they kept talking for a minute before Amy left, and the other moms were like, "You go get her," and they showed the girl like crying or whatever. But I was like, "Come on, it's been sad enough. Do we need the girl crying about her ears? I don't know if we need that." All right. So to summarize, DC, I had some clips of this, but the audio didn't pull nicely. I pulled a news story actually about it. But we're just going to summarize using Wikipedia, who sums it up beautifully. In June 2016, Miller pled guilty to felony bankruptcy fraud. She was sentenced in May 2017 to 1 year and 1 day in federal prison and was released early. In April 2018, she developed lymphoma, a form of cancer that made her unable to walk. She now uses a wheelchair to get around. And that's...
Yay! So it has a happy ending. That's
yeah, cool. Exactly. She's a goddamn lady.
I agree with you. Casey, I don't have any honoraries, but I do have a peach of a lady to nominate. So, without further ado, I give you all Stephanie Cianfriglia.
Strap in, you're in for an interesting ride.
Oh boy.
That is Sapphire Crimson Claw, as she calls herself. She's edgy to the max, Casey. Edgy to the max. The most important information about anybody, I think, can be found on Facebook, and the same is true of Stephanie. If you'll show the next image, Stephanie makes a nice little post here on Trans Day of Visibility. And what I thought was the funniest part about this is that all I kept thinking was the Gingers Have Souls kid grew up into this mess. Right?
Yeah.
So, Sapphire Cianfriglia. So she like transitioned not only from whatever the hell she was to whatever she is now. She also went from Stephanie Cianfriglia to Sapphire Cianfriglia, and then eventually she just took on the Sapphire Crimson Claw. She explains here, now is Trans Day of Visibility. Trans people, live your authentic selves. Live yourselves. Cis people, I don't know, just respect us. Respect is earned. Let's remember that at the beginning of this. Respect is earned. She says, my name is Sapphire. My pronouns are they, them, Gigir, I think. I don't know how to pronounce the XE, but I think it's Gigir.
I think it's Z.
Really? I thought there was one with a Z, like a ZE.
Probably.
And who the fuck knows? As we're about to get, it's probably Z, yeah. So, Zir, and I'm Xenic agender. But she doesn't stop there, Casey, because 2 paragraphs are just not enough to explain this girl's gender. If you'll play the next image for me.
Yeah, by the way, I had a Xenic agender on my table, but it wouldn't print anymore, so I just tossed it. It was...
I can help you out with that, Casey. Give me a call.
All right, sorry, I stepped on your setup. What was the next video clip?
No, image.
Image, got it.
2 paragraphs were not enough to explain just how special she is. Here we go. This is the new and revised about me. I am 29. I generally don't like to be followed by people under 18, nor will I usually follow anyone under 18. I'll ask first. So that means she does it all the time. I swear a lot. Tags, emotional abuse, caps, yelling, angry, confrontation, feces, gross food, rotten bugs, self-harm, skin-picking, animal abuse, death. Jesus Christ. No fat jokes, queerphobia, transphobia, NB phobia, which I didn't know what NB was. I kept seeing it all over the place. ENBY.
I don't know what
But that's NB, like the letters N and B for non-binary. It's like their own little lingo. So anytime you see NB, ENBY, that's...
The whole thing is their own little lingo.
Correct. NB phobia, Truscum, no idea, or Truscum, I have no idea what the fuck
It's a cement company.
TERFs, which I believe are transphobic females. So... anyway, feminists that are against, mostly lesbians.
Isn't that like oxymoronic,
feminists against
though?
trans.
Like,
what's that? Transphobic
females. Sorry, I thought you meant transgender females. I was like, wait a minute.
It's true women who are about women who hate the fact that men are better than them at stuff that they're trying to take over and really muddying the waters of feminism with penises. And they don't like it at all, and they're very, very offended by that. So, no TERFs, ableism, especially mental health, and cis-sexism. I'm an ace inclusionist and pro-mo guy. The fuck does that mean? Any
how can you be so many things?
Tagged. My labels, here we go. My labels are propiest, sexual, romantic, a mix of different A-spec identities. Don't get lost, Casey, in this, because it can be a little weird. Parapan, attraction to all genders. Plus, I have different forms of attraction towards different genders. Agosexual, romantic. I feel a disconnect between what I find attractive versus what I would actually do. A cis-sexual romantic. I sometimes have my attraction towards someone briefly disappear. So there's a word for that. For me, it's called finishing. But whatever. Some sexual romantic is due to having OCD. I constantly doubt my labels. Yeah, I don't think that's from the OCD. I think that's like a little bit of reality, like trying to get in real quick. Like, I doubt that you're really what you say you are. Let's see. Also, I coined the term Woland sexual romantic to refer to being disabled, refer to my being disabled, a spoonie, and having my chronic illness pain affecting my level of desire for a sexual romantic relationship and my sexual romantic attraction. There's a word for that. There are some who find queer a slur and are triggered by it. I actively use it to reclaim it. That's right. Take queer back and smear it. It will reclaim it, and because it's a handy and more inclusive alternative to gay. Please do not follow if you are bothered by this. She goes on. That's not all. Next image. She gets into the real fun stuff.
Unreal. It's so
ridiculous.
much to remember. There is more in her. So I don't know if gender is on your resume, but if it was on mine, it would take up 6 characters of one line of my resume. Hers is longer than my resume.
Yeah.
It would say gender M. And then I would move on
or
to like
C also
when I worked
sex.
at Nike at 16. Like that would be that's the
Yeah.
step. Hers is like gender. Turn to page 7 for work experience, but actually that's private. So
Yeah. That was her essay section of the application was her gender. She says, I really don't like metaphysical skepticism. If you're kind, I'll tolerate it. But things like ghosts don't exist, magic doesn't work, etc., I'll be really annoyed.
wait, if you say ghosts don't exist and magic don't work, you're too stupid to be around her?
Oh, no. She loves magic.
Yeah, that's
and
what I mean.
witches.
That's what I mean. If you say those things aren't real,
Oh, yes.
She's like, you are
Yes.
just too ridiculous for me. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
She
Just
says,
wanted to make
I'm an
sure.
eclectic, solitary witch. I am a theistic Satanist and demonolator and kinetic, I think is what she meant to say. Or comedic? Maybe comedic is another thing. I have no idea what the fuck
What was
it
that
is.
other word? Demonolator?
Yeah, demonolator. But I just put
That
some
just missed out.
spice on it.
That Wesley Snipes movie was almost Demonolator Man, but they
Yeah.
switched it up last
And then
night.
he puts his sunglasses on. He's like, "Oh, demonilator." He just leaves the door and then roll credits. Let's see here. I am otherkin, and this is largely tied to my gender identity and religious beliefs. No otherkin hate is allowed here. All anti-kin discourse is tagged. That's right. USA. Wolves ain't gay. USA. We all know it. Recently, I clarified my kin types. I am a cat demon shapeshifter in one incarnation. I am a Hindu demon Chordeva, and in another, I was the Bell Witch. I have coined the terms hellgender, a xenogender referring to a species from hell, and feminfernal, a hellgender woman aligned to describe her. I feel distantly connected to these currently. I also coined satanagender, a hellbender but arising from Lucifer, very important distinction. A mass infernal, which is a hellbender male aligned. An abyss infernal, hellgender neutral.
These are World of Warcraft characters.
Let's see. Asmosexual, a mass infernal, attracted to other mass infernals, Achillean NBS men, etc. And a Lilith sexual, a feminfernal, attracted to other infernals. Holy shit. All right, Casey, so if that wasn't confusing enough, she decided to take this to the world. And she got on social media, like you do, and she set out to be a huge influencer. This is her YouTube intro to her channel. If you'll play the next clip.
This is Sapphire Crimson Claw. I am agender non-binary and pansexual and in a poly relationship. I talk about all these things.
Oh, she sure does. And I'm about to talk about her poly relationship. KC, you would not believe how invested Stephanie is into the world of the supernatural and
I bet I would.
she has four ghost boyfriends. The spirit of Richard Ramirez, the spirit of Jeffrey Dahmer, the spirit of Michael Jackson, and the spirit of Heath Ledger. All four she is dating in their afterlife.
All four are furious.
All four are hooking up with each other. All four are hooking up with each other while she sits in the corner. So yeah, that's just about right. Now she's on YouTube, but it's not just about digital for her. If you'll play the next clip, she explains a little bit.
And that's it. I'm not trying to be any big YouTube star or anything like that. I'm just speaking my mind and promoting my books. Check them out.
Oh, we will right now. Casey, Stephanie, much like our hero Russell Greer, self-published a book. And to remind everybody, Russell Greer wrote a book that was titled, I think I have his, here's the back cover to Russell's book, if you'll play the next image. This has the best author, like about the author ever. Here we go. Russell Greer lives in Utah and has his paralegal degree. He is an advocate for disabled rights. He hopes one day to produce a hit song that he has written. And here's where it gets weird. Greer is also a mac and cheese lover and loves to eat his favorite dish with salsa.
That
fucking gross. Why would you put that on the about the author?
Gross.
It's so fucking gross. But it's still better than Stephanie's about the author on one of on her Amazon page. It reads thusly: the name Sapphire Crimson Claw entails everything it sounds like. So get in your mind what Sapphire Crimson Claw sounds like. Gender neutrality, a connection to the dark and macabre, cats, monsters, the paranormal, and Satan. That's totally what I thought of when I heard her name. Not some Skyrim dork.
Oh, she's exhausting.
Yeah. It goes on. Joking aside, where was the joke? That didn't.
Yeah, it's right.
It's all true.
It's like,
she goes.
It's like
joking aside, and then immediately tells an unintentional joke.
Hey,
I'm a non-bear.
Tom, you did a shit job, not only on that, but what you worked on yesterday. But all fun aside, you're also not. You're suspended. So.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
But lightheartedness aside, you're fired. Joking aside, I'm a non-binary author of horror fiction, non-fiction about LGBTQ rights, LGBT rights issues, and non-fiction about ghosts. That's my favorite part.
Non-fiction about ghosts.
Non-fiction about ghosts. Now, Casey,
yeah,
her two books that she wrote are titled "You're Not Cis, You Just Think You Are." My NB Epiphany. That book did predictably horribly. Amazon keeps a list of its bestsellers rank.
Wait,
and it will show you the top 100.
You're telling me that people that don't identify as all these crazy things didn't run to the store to buy a book about why they're wrong? Is that what you're telling me?
Casey, you think you're cisgendered, but you're wrong.
I better go get the book then, because I'm very wrong.
I think you're a satana-gender, or
and
whatever the hell.
To be honest, I assume that I'm cisgender only because she said to cis people, I don't know, deal with us or whatever, because I'm in that category for sure. So I assume that's me.
Yeah. So, so Russell Greer's book, thanks to Kiwi Farms and Nick Ricada and others that have showcased it, did pretty well on Amazon, I think. Ranking in the mid 1 millions. It's like 1,500,000. This abortion of a novel comes in ranked. I'll give you the subcategories first because I think that's funny. Number 30,900 in memoirs. Number 3,700 in LGBTQ plus biographies, and 1,400 in LGBTQ biographies and memoirs. but 2,182,000 overall. That's, you're not cis, you just think you are. Her second book, I Sold My Soul to Pass. What the fuck that is? I don't know. Maybe Pass is some demon. I don't know. I think Pass is some kind of crazy demon.
She had a really bad stomach ache. She wrote the book.
Yeah. I sold my soul to pass this log and other trans tales from the dark side. This book shockingly did worse. This book ranked in the 2,300,000s. So
more people ripped them up in stores than walked out with them. So they actually had a deficit.
Yeah. But she got smarter this time and put her book under different subcategories that she's ranked much higher in than the first ones. She's number 457, Casey, in the subcategory LGBT horror fiction. And number 25,000 in gay fiction. So
she was lucky enough to finish first in the category, a brand new category on the website for books by LGBTQ people named Sapphire written this week.
That was number 2.
Number 2.
She was second. So here's Russell Greer's back of his self-published book. Go ahead and show the next image. This is Russell Greer's cover to Why I Sued Taylor Swift and How I Became Falsely Known as Frivolous, Litigious, and Crazy, based on the true event by Russell Greer. Now that's
the actual cover.
That's the actual cover.
Dude,
that he commissioned.
That is the worst diagram Photoshop like image I've ever seen in my life. It's awful.
Oh! Go back to the back page of his book, because I forgot that there was a funny joke in the top part of this. He explains what the book is about. He said, Why I Sued Taylor Swift tells the heartwarming story of a disabled songwriter who dreams of writing music for Taylor Swift, only to get stonewalled by her agents. Trying all available options, he soon decides to sue Taylor under the doctrine of vicarious liability in a desperate attempt to get her attention to the unfair situation. Little does this man know that his entire world is about to be turned upside down, where he's always smiling. All right, now we can go on to the... Sorry, I had to get that in. It was too funny. All right, so he commissioned this artwork of Taylor Swift up in the clouds, and then in the next image there, it's Russell Greer.
He's down here. Sorry.
Looking super handsome, right? Super handsome, and super stabbed in the chest by Taylor Swift, which stabbed in the heart. And there's the silhouette of Taylor Swift with her knife that looks like a fucking club, like a policeman club.
Yep.
Oh my god. All right, but as bad as this cover is, her I Sold My Soul to Pass is the next image, the cover of her book. Look at this garbage.
Oh no!
Read that. That's illegibility to a degree I can't comprehend. It's so bad, so bad.
My eyes are bad, and I'm leaning all the way over like to the laptop to look at this, and I really can't read. From the dark side, and then that's her name at the bottom. Yeah,
it's her name.
Fucking readable
in a different font. That's just all capitalized letters and terrible.
Asshole.
It's fucking terrible. So moving on, we go back to her YouTube channel a little bit, where I think this next part was kind of a weird qualifier because it applies to all of her actions. But let's play this.
For the first time in over a year, was hospitalized again over just my usual thing, having a big fat panic attack, but...
Yeah, everything she does is big fat.
Big fat got out of bed this morning. Big fat shower. Big fat brush my teeth.
Big fat ate my breakfast.
Big fatter got out of the breakfast chair.
But the good thing is that she works on herself, Casey, just not regular work. Next clip.
I'm also, like, in my personal life, looking into therapy so I can adjust some of these negative thoughts that always seem to make me feel like it's the end of the world when it's really just the end of a job.
She's lost so many jobs, Casey. You wouldn't think it, but she has a master's degree in, you guessed it, social work. Is there a bigger waste of money on earth?
Well, there's certainly not many worse investments of your money. Like in terms of, all right, I'm going to go to school and spend a fuckload to train in a field that I at least can guarantee from now I won't make enough back. I know I'll be in debt always from the day one, right?
Day fucking one. So, but she's not giving up. Okay. Go ahead and play the next clip.
So, but I'm really more so like determined and gung-ho this time around. Like, I will find my way out of this chasm I have dug myself into, one way or the other. And I want to do that by trying to look for something that is more of my skill set, which is largely like writing, social media, research, policy,
what?
Social activism on social media, that sort of stuff.
And here's her e-begging because she has no job. She says, I'm a disabled non-binary person who currently has no income. I am waiting on getting into supportive housing because where I live isn't exactly conducive to good mental health. Every dollar counts, so donate if you can or share.
But by the way, can I point something out?
E-begging at its best.
If we can see the bottom half of the bedpost, it's not quite that shiny.
Yeah. That is true. It is not as shiny. So, the piping still works. Unlike some of the gentlemen and ladies that I brought in.
Speaking of big chasms she's dug, yes.
Oh, God. A true lady never lets her real gender get in the way of the truth, as this next clip shows.
He took inspiration from people like Einstein, who, now that I watched that series, his life was pretty fucked up. And we all say Edison was rejected so many times. I mean, so I know I'm just saying like dudes, but that's all that can come to my mind at the moment. I mean, I'm sure it's even worse when you're talking about female scientists or visionaries or whatever, even though I'm not female, but
self-stump. She was talking about a book she was reading by about Steve Jobs or by Steve Jobs, I can't remember. And she's like, yeah, and he had to go through all this struggle too, and he talked about his inspirations, Einstein, Edison. I know I'm only naming dudes. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you're only naming dudes. Because when you got to I'm sure it was even harder you couldn't name a single female scientist. You just had to group them all I'm sure it was harder for female scientists, even though I'm not female. Don't let that get in the way.
For female scientists, Madame Curie, the other ones,
Amelia Earhart, all the female scientists.
Harriet Tubman.
And Frank. The list goes on, but
Helen Keller.
Oh, man. I think Helen Keller might have been a scientist. I don't know. She did everything.
She made a lot of discoveries.
She had a lot of hypotheses proved wrong, I'll tell you that.
Nobody's discovered more things than she walked into, I swear to God.
Yeah, she was a more prolific discoverer than Christopher Columbus. Now, this next video clip I've titled, This Just Isn't True.
Helen Keller never stopped exploring.
Even if I make really depressing or alarming posts on social media. That's just me venting. It would be worse if I wasn't saying anything. So
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
Keep it to yourself.
Oh,
Keep it to yourself, lady. Now, Casey, this is just an example of reasons why it's not better that she says things instead of just keeping it to herself on social media. This next image here, if you'll show that and read it, please.
Sure. It says, is this from her account?
Yes.
Lou.
Genderless Menace 666. Yes, it's from her.
And her logo is Eat the Rich because, yeah, sure. Lewd, gross, show more. Does taking a huge dick up your ass feel like taking a huge poop, only in reverse? Yeah, that's
thought-provoking.
You know what? It's not the worst thing I've seen on the internet today. You know?
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Casey, that's it. She's a lady. I don't care what anybody says.
She is a lady. That was beautiful. Well, that's the wrong word, but it happened.
Beauty at any insanity. That's the next movement.
Oh, all right. Well, DC, this was a joy, and
I agree. That was a blast.
The ladies, the fun continues. All right, patrons, goddamn gentlemen, we salute you. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging with us.
All right, we'll see you on the normal show.
Tomorrow night, 11 p.m.
Your clothes, do it.
Casey, we will see everybody next month, the third Thursday of February, where we will determine who's a lady and who are these bitches that we bring in every week. See you later.
Suburban women. I'm looking for a very beautiful white girlfriend.
Meeting adjourned.